Okay, so how do we take an absolute value function and write it as a piecewise function? The reason I'm having you do this is in calculus, working with absolute value functions are kind of a pain. So what we do is we write them as piecewise functions, then they're easy to analyze. So that's when I'm putting this all together. So what you're working on this week is graphing these things. And yeah, you could certainly throw this. As I said, you'll see in the quiz that if you've got to graph it with the tech, do it. But I mean, we don't need to. Some things I would do to graph this, I would say, okay, so I'm gonna factor 2 out inside so I can see that left-right shift. So that's gonna be x plus 2 minus 2. And then I always find it's easier, if you watch some of my other videos, I always find it's easier to deal with a horizontal stretch compression and rewrite it as a vertical by moving this outside of the argument. In this case, because it's just the absolute value of 2 is 2. So this actually becomes 4x plus 2 minus 2. So I'm seeing a vertical stretch of 4. So vert 4. I see a left 2. I see a down 2. Now, graph paper might be a little easier. Just a minute, maybe I can get that. There's a way to get graph paper on this file, but I don't remember how to do it. So I'm just going to go with it this way. So I see, so this absolute value graph is shifted left 2 and down 2. So that's the vertex. And then it's a vertical stretch of 4. So I'm going up 4 from that point. Let's see, 4 over 1. So up 4 over 1 and up 4 over 1. So here's the graph of that absolute value function. And I see the breaking. Now we want to think about a piecewise defined function. I see the breaking point. Here, let me get a different color ink. I see the breaking point here at -2, which is the x coordinate of the vertex. So I see here, let's go with the blue. So for this line, I see a slope of -4. And I don't know what the y-intercept is, but I mean, I could graph it out and see, but I mean, it's just as easy to say, hey, let's find the y-intercept. If I know it goes through that point, -2, -2, right? So um, I could say if I'm just going to go with y equals mx plus b and find the y-intercept, because that's what I really want, I'm going to say -2 is y equals -4 times -2, which is the x value. -4 is the slope, of course, plus b. So that's -2 equals 8 plus b. So b has to equal -10. So this is going to be -4x minus 10. So we got the linear function for that one, so we get half the battle. So now let's do the same thing with this positive side. So that has a slope of 4. Now I want to figure out what the y-intercept is. Yeah, again, I could graph it, but I know it goes through that x and y. So y is -2 equals 4 times -2 plus b. So -2 equals -8 plus b. So b equals 6, I think. So that gives me 4x plus 6. So to write the piecewise defined function now, here's where we go with it. I'm going to say f of x equals curly bracket -4x, what was it, 4x minus 10? So 4x minus 10. And I'm going to use that piece from -infinity until -2. And it doesn't matter whether it's open here or closed, but remember, you don't want to have it closed in both places. So the other piece, the positive slope side, was 4x plus 6, and because I closed it at -2, I'm going to have it open at -2 here. And there we go. There's a piecewise defined function. That easy. So then I have this thing going on with I've got the -2 in there. So this one's a little wonkier. Let's see. Let me do the same thing. Let's rewrite it as as a a function. So I'm going to go this as -2 of x minus 1/2 plus 4, and then I can take that out of there. So that becomes 6 because when I take the absolute value of 2, it's positive. x minus 1/2 plus 4. Now you might be asking, why isn't it got a horizontal reflection? Well, absolute value graphs are symmetric about the axis, so they don't have, I mean, if you do a horizontal reflection, it's the same thing. Same thing happens with any even-powered function. Well, as long as it's only got one turning point, right? More on that later on. So this is what I'm seeing. If I wanted to graph it, now I could graph it if I wanted to, but I do know that these absolute value functions behave like this. So I know it's shifted, it's got a vertical stretch of 6. It's the vertexes happen at 1/2 4, right? That's that point, shifted right 1/2 and then up 4. So I guess we can do this. So here's 1, here's a half, up 4 is like this, and it's got a stretch going on like this. So this side, the slope is -6. I just got to find the y-intercept. This side, the slope is +6. I got to find the y-intercept. So I know that the vertex is right there, 1/2 4. So y is 4. I'm just going to do that mx plus b thing again. So 4 is y. The slope is -6 on the left of that, times 1/2 plus b. Well, that's going to be 4 equals -3 plus b equals 7. So that's y equals -4x plus 7. See, in graph paper, that might have been pretty easy to do. And then on the right-hand side, the slope is +6, so 4 is y, 6 is there, x is 1/2, plus b, so that's going to be 3. So to me, it looks like b equals 1. I'm running out of room on my side of the board, at least. Okay, so that's giving me, move this up. That's going to give me y, y equals 6x plus 1. So then to do the piecewise defined function, f of x, curly bracket. On the left, I'm using -4x plus 7, and that's when x is less than +1/2. So -infinity until +1/2. And then I'm using, why did I write 4x? This is 6x, isn't it? Yeah. You probably caught me on that. Whoops. I guess I can't erase this. Okay, I'll just rewrite it. I'll cross that out. Y equals -6x plus 7. So this I got to change to, which probably I can't erase. Oh, I can. -6x plus 7. And this is +6x plus 1. And we use that piece on 1/2 to infinity. Did you see my save right there? I left this open, so I had to have it closed here, because it's got to be defined at all values of the function. Otherwise, it'd be a hole in the graph right there. Okay, so I hope you can do this. I posted 5 questions in the discussion forum. Try some of them, see if you have it. I'm going to give you a question, different versions of what I'm showing you right here, and of the 5. Okay, it's worth 10 points, so half of the, or 1/5 of the grade overall. So give a yell if you need some help with it. Not in the forums, okay? When you're on the quiz, if you need help with these things, it's fine, but the quiz you need to email me. Okay, I'm done.